I could do afterwards a basic face map.
So my style is, they are jumping in places for you that were provided, I feel, for me to give to you. And so the ones who are more starting off are, you are invited to cruise in on my style. If you keep painting, my style will drop off. It never doesn't happen. People will still recognize my students a lot of times, but they'll recognize it as unique to that. But this is like, we're having a feminine movement of creativity right now. I don't consider myself a master, but the masters always had students who followed them, and that wasn't something that was considered negative. It's something with our individualism now we're like, yeah, it shouldn't look like that. But actually, the way that I do this is what makes it possible for people who have never painted to paint and to actually make it workable. And again, I don't care if it looks like mine in the beginning, so don't worry about copying exact things. If you keep doing it, it will drop off.
And in the art schools, since the turn of the century, it was, yes, copy the old masters, because eventually, when you get a hold of it, your own style will come through. But make sure you leave plenty of room for your own style.
So I'm going to start with a simple face. So that's the chin line. So that's line 1. Line 2 is this forehead line. Line 3 is an eye. Line 4, the other eye. Line 5, the nose line. Line 6. Line 7, line 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, ear, 16, neck, 17, 18, and then the rest are optional. 19, could we open the eyes? 20, under eye, do eyelashes. So there's a basic composition for the face. All faces are based off of something like that. And what you can do in your painting is you can extend the chin, you can move stuff around, you can put eyelashes. And then here's a basic working with a panel of fabric, which becomes information. So if you saw a pomegranate, for example, you could just have it be a part of the pattern of the fabric. So the whole composition of her, the fabric of her, can become the place where the symbols are applied. So if you saw pomegranate leaves, doesn't mean you have to do a pomegranate on a tree with leaves hanging down. You translate everything into symbols, and you work it from there. So there's more of a face. For those of you who want to do a little bit of a bigger torso, actually let's do that right down the middle. Depending on the look that you're going for, the stronger the features, the more sort of tribal that the look is. And you can do hair. I'm going to do a demonstration of hair. So when you do hair, this is a Sue technique. You do 3, you follow 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. So they're sort of in locks. If you wanted to do the hand like we were talking about, her hand could still come off, and then it could come back on, and she could be holding something or something like that. So that hand could still come in there, and she could have both of them if you wanted. And that's about the size that it would possibly be. And keeping in mind, we're working a lot with symbol here. So there can be different things that happen, like on her skin. She can have stars in her skin. She can have a bird on her cheek, like so many of mine do. Like, I just put the symbols right into the design. if you wanted to do her like a more full body, like sitting or holding something, you can also get really simple and still get a lot of information going on here. Even if you worked with something as simple as that, so you can see how much of it fills. So part of what we want to make sure that you have the top of the head has enough space or whatever's going on. So, and then there could be a tree, you know, the body becomes this whole canvas upon which she can apply herself. Now, if you were going to do a full body, again, just to say that these can be a little bit harder because you're trying to fit it on the whole thing, and it does tend to be challenging to get the whole thing on there. So she can have wings, she can be dancing, she can be naked, she can do whatever you want, but you still, even at this composition, it's hard to get like the body and the hands on there. So those are some basic ideas for bringing her forward. This one often we recommend because you can be more confronted face to face with her. And you can see that Sue has taken more of a cosmic view, and then you can look at that painting. That's one of my legendary selves right there. How big your canvas is based on how big she can be, how much space she can take up. And then there's an example of one where there's more of a full body going on. So those are some options for sketching.